It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. He'll begin his return from the 11. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
It's an option right that begins this drive. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Lamar off the play fake. Into the hands of Likely. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Dumped off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll run here following the penalty. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a first down. That look, well, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Ravens will go on offense. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Pistol snap to Jackson. Taken in by Likely. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lamar now from the gun. Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has it at the 7. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go to Barkley again. Has good room at the 35. And he's going to get this to the 39-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Barkley trying this up the gut. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Dotson now in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he runs into multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. All set for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Running it after the penalty. This is ahead for about 5. That's the long-tenured Brandon Graham with the stop. He'll take 5 on the carry. That gets him back to even. 2nd and 10 now.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Now Jackson off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here's Lamar. He'll get this at Henry. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They send Aguilar in motion left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they had that one contained right at the line. That's the long-tenured Brandon Graham with the stop. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Ravens trying to figure out 3rd and 14. Lamar throwing again. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. His kick is away, but it is short and straight up into the air. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he gets him around 6 there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts throwing again. This finds Smith. Give him about 16 yards on that game, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Hurts setting up to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Slot man motioned over. Play action. Here's Jackson. It is caught left side. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Zach Bond with the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Pass is hauled in by the running back. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Give that tackle to Broderick Washington. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Now that is exactly how you drew it up at halftime defensively. Make a big play. On that money down, you got to cash in on 3rd downs. They're going to be huge in the 2nd half. Make sure you get yourself off the field in short order, which they did. And now you give some momentum to your offense when they get the ball back.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere, almost straight up into the air. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Baltimore running its offense out now. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lamar now from the gun. Gets this one to Andrews. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
He gives to Henry on the inside handoff. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. Completed to Flowers. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Now here's Lamar. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
First down, here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. First and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Short side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. From a bit closer now, another look at 3rd and goal. Lamar back to throw. Bails out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Now they'll get some time to mold this decision. They'll have 4th and goal after the break. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. This kick. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now, well, now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Covey now to return this. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Well, the field opened up, and he simply takes off. Even in today's NFL, where dual-threat quarterbacks are everywhere, it's not often a guy can rip off a run like that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down throwing for Hurts. Cut near the goal line. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. 1st and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. It's an option to the left side. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now lead by 10. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Aguilar, the receiver, in motion right. And it's a real short gain here, tackled at the 22. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense, what credit is due.
They send a tight end in motion. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Everyone was set, and at the line, the quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Lamar. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Desperation time here on 4th. Andrews with the catch. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Lamar throwing again. Finds Aguilar. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, it's Jackson to the air. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Putting a receiver in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First down throw for Jackson. Connects with Bateman. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Offense in the hurry up here. And again, it's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll motion Smith left. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Running left, this is Barkley. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles leading by 11. To the air, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Lamar. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Gets this to Bateman. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Here he is to throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet, that time.
Now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Bateman, the motion man left. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Jackson's going to throw again. He's got Andrew. Oh, he loses the football. And the Eagles get to it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And even with those 2 timeouts left across the field, they can still kneel out this win and send us all home. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. We'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on third. Final kneel down here, and that should put a bow on this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
On now comes their punter. Braden Mann will kick it away. And this one is kicked up towards the clouds. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Flying, it's a win for the Eagles. Well, Brock, when it comes down to it, never an easy task trying to knock off a team inside their own building, right? You really see them come out with just a different kind of energy.
It's what every player is told, dating back to your Pop Warner and high school days. Defend your home turf. When somebody comes in and tries to knock you off inside your own building, well, you need to have the fortitude, the guts, the resolve to fight back and go get those wins. What an energized locker room right now. It always is when you do your collective job successfully and you do it in your own house.